Ooh. Hey guys, what's going on? Power Ranger Review here, back with another kind of a video review, but sort of. Today I just got something in the mail, which was I've been waiting to get an Eaglemoss starship for a long time, and I'm glad I have one. And unfortunately, it doesn't come with a magazine because what are you gonna do? I got a good deal because of the price. And will I get the magazine? I don't know yet, but we'll see. But for now, here's the video review of the NCC refit version from Star Trek Beyond from Eaglemoss. Now, I love the Calvin Timeline movies. I don't care what anybody else say. I love the movies. Star Trek in 2009, I remember seeing it when I was... Oh, God, how old was I in 2009? I think I was 10 years old. I got to see it with my mom's piano organist at the IMAX in Iowa, and it was very, very cool seeing Star Trek in theaters for the first time for me as a child. And I remember getting all the toys from Playmates in 2009. Now, there was no toy lines for Into Darkness and Beyond, which was kind of a shame because we didn't get a regular toy of the refit of the NCC-1701 Beyond refit. And there was an Enterprise A at the end of the movie, if you guys remember that. I don't think we'll never get a model from Eaglemoss. I would love to see a fourth movie for the Calvin Timeline, but I don't think it's really going to happen because I think those movies were canceled because Chekhov died in a car accident not that long ago after it was filmed. And I think Chris Pratt did an amazing job as James T. Kirk. I mean, who doesn't love Chris Pratt? He's been in every single good movie, and I remember just loving the original Star Trek movie in 2009. And, yeah. So, let's get into it. Let's get into the box. Very, very cool box. We get the model, and it does come with a little display stand. It says USS Enterprise NCC-1701, not A, not B, C, D, or E, or F. The original. Star Trek Beyond. And we get a couple of TV shows here. Star Trek Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Star Trek The Next Generation, and Star Trek Enterprise, featuring the NX-01. Now, Eaglemoss does a lot of model ships. They, I gotta give a good shout out to Irish Trekkie. He does an amazing job with these. If you guys want a detailed review of this, I would recommend go check out Irish Trekkie. I'll leave his YouTube channel in a little description box below, so you guys can check out his channel. So, Star Trek logo, and another Star Trek logo. Will I get the other Eaglemoss ships? I'm not too sure yet. But first, let's get this open and see. Now, this one was very difficult to open. There we go. Oh, knocking stuff over. Now this thing was actually very, very protected along the way. You just open this up, and here's the inside of it. Very, very nice packaging that Eaglemoss has done. Now, I will be comparing this to the original 2009 version, which I do have. I probably have to get up and get it off the shelf. But StarTrek.com. And there is the box, you guys. Now, let's get into the ship. Very, very cool model. NCC-1701. Here are the nacelles. As you can tell, this is very, 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 very front heavy. Die-cast saucer and plastic drive section and plastic nacelles. Here's the registry. I don't know if my camera will focus on that. The shuttle bay and very big impulse engines. You get the bridge module. And we get the bridge module here. And I am loving the details on these models here. They're very, very good. I don't know if you guys can take that out. It's got nice all of flex and specs throughout it. We get the phaser emitters right here. Photon torpedo launcher. And what's cool at the Enterprise destruction, if you guys remember that scene, the saucer can separate, which I thought was very, very cool. It was like Star Trek Generations Enterprise D's destruction, which I thought was very cool in that movie. And Kirk just in this Calvin pod, sitting there looking at his first ship, in flames. It was, it was kind of very, very exciting and kind of sad at the same time. I loved it when I saw Star Trek Beyond in theaters. Now, Eaglemoss, if you see this video, excuse me, guys, please give us an Enterprise A from the Calvin timeline, because I want that model so much, and hopefully we do get a Star Trek 4. Paramount Pictures, please give us a Star Trek 4. And here is the deflector dish. Very nice. And the bottom registry. And what else? The red stripe at the side. Oh, I hope I didn't damage it. As you can tell, I'm just afraid I'm gonna break this because it's very, very heavy. Don't you move. And I'm getting dust all over here. This is actually a cool little stand. Of course, you take this apart and it goes right on. And here's the bottom. And how this works, see these two little grooves? You just put the ship in, and you just hook it with the saucer. Very, very easy to do. Now, I'm going to get into a little comparison video here. See if I can do this without knocking any crap over. Alright. Here is the 2009 version right next to the Beyond refit. Move this box out of the way. As you can tell, take this off. You can see the nacelles are a little different. They're a little more far back. And the impulse engines are a little different. This one is a little bigger. This one is a little bit smaller because this is the 2009 version. Now, I've had this Enterprise forever. I got this when it first came out in Toys R Us. All the paint apps are missing. The deflector dish piece is missing. I've had this since when I was a tiny tot. Which stinks because I didn't take care of my stuff when I was little. But other than that, very, very huge difference in the nacelles. They're really far back to the saucer, if you can see. These ones are a little bit more dietish and a little small, which I do like. I do love the design of this Enterprise. I really do. I don't know why people complain about the Calvin Timeline movie so much. I really don't. This was back in the day, in 2009. But either in that, guys, that is my review of the Star Trek Eaglemoss refit from 2016 Star Trek Beyond. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video review. And of course, Star Trek Beyond is one of my all-time favorite movies that I saw in the theater for the first time. And rest in peace, Pavel Chekhov, the younger version guy. Love you. He did great as Chekhov. Other than that, guys, you guys could go check this out. I don't know if you... As you guys know, these are very, 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 very pricey because they're made out of die-cast metal, and yeah, they come with a lot of details. But other than that, guys, take this back on. Power Ranger reviewer, back with another Star Trek review. Peace, love, and Zordon. It's morphin' time. check out the Nerd Toku podcast with Dylan James Madsen and Aaron Lamers. And check out BigBadToyStore.com for more other great figures like Power Rangers, Marvel, and DC. And I review Power Rangers, Marvel, DC, Star Trek, Star Wars, Batman, Star Wars. If anything sounds fun for you, please subscribe. Of course, Power Ranger Reviewer. Peace, love, and Zordon. It's Morphin' time. I'll catch you guys later. See you, nerds.